Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome back to the Hyperplays video. Today we're doing something quite special. We have Goveta on stream, and he's going to be talking about JP. He's going to be talking about all the different things, around to the world, and giving us as much information as possible. Can we just get a massive thank you? If you guys see him in the PWC Discord, in the Hyperplays Discord, or in any Discord, go give him a massive thank you, a massive hello, and say hi to chat as well for being here while we record this. Boys, without further ado,
Chat.
I'm going to hand the stage over to Goveta.
Hi, Chat. How are you doing? Sorry for my language if I'm pronouncing some words differently, but I'm excited to be here. Hi, Ken. Thank you very much for the invitation, and let's get it going. We
Yeah,
want to
let's
talk
fucking.
about training, right?
Yep.
As much as possible. Okay, guys, I prepared some things for you. And the first thing I want to talk about is the cards that every unit has. For example, we have a normal unit like Chigiri, okay? And level 50 card is always the worst card, obviously. It provides less value, and this card is also a really cringe card. It gives 3 times the multiplier, and if you are in best or good condition, it can push you to extreme or awakening. The thing is, for these green cards, most of the time I saw extreme. So you never get pushed to awakening. We will talk about the condition management later on, but I want to show some cards to explain a little bit. Okay, so we have condition, we have turns, and we have inspiration in JP training. And every card, most of the cards, have two-liners or maybe three-liners, like this card, or one-liner. The one-liner is most of the time it holds condition, so you don't consume it. And if it's a two-liner, most of the time it holds the condition and it boosts your condition to extreme or awakening. If, and that's important, it boosts if you are from best or good, also worse than extreme, to extreme or awakening. That's one thing. The other thing is the turns that card gives. This card, I don't see the terms of turns, so we change this card to this card, for example. And this card gives you a turn. This last letter and these 3 letters are the turn, for example. So if you use this card, you can get a turn, but it's not guaranteed, but most of the time, so 80% of the time you get a turn. Um, and this card is even more complicated than the other one. I won't talk about it because it's you can everything I'm showing you, you can translate it in Google Translate. Okay? I have a translator, the screen translator, for example. I can show it to you. One example. And I can, if chat something asks, feel free to ask chat.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I'll
I
I'll, I'll
can
make
will
sure to call them out. If they ask anything, I'll specifically call it out.
yes. Um, this card, for example, if you are in awful, not bad, good, best condition, it will drain your condition very hard. But if you are in extreme or awakening condition, then you hold your condition without consuming condition, like it says here. And so you can, for yourself and for your team comms, because if you're only a player with level 65 units, then you have other cards than me as a level 100 player. Understandable, right?
Yeah, makes
And
sense.
this is so the thing. Other than that, there are special cards like Bachira's one. This one is extremely powerful because it's a one-liner. I told you, uh, one-liners are most of the time hold condition, but this one boosts your condition to awakening. And the best thing about this card is it also boosts in extreme to awakening. The normal cards, like for example, Nagi one, here, this one also boosts, also pushes to awakening normally. But if you're in extreme with that card, it won't push you to awakening. Understand so far?
Yep, that makes sense to me.
Okay, I can. Um, Other things about this card are also great. For example, it gives you 8 times the multiplier of a gold card, and it gives you guaranteed a turn, a skill, and the gold concentration or aura. I call it inspiration aura, concentration zone. And if you're in the gold aura, then wonders happen. Um, did I miss anything?
So when you take that card, you're more likely to summon a gold aura, or is it guaranteed?
Yes. Also, I never saw not a
Okay,
gold
so
aura.
it's always
So
summoning the gold aura.
it's guaranteed for my
Awesome.
experience.
Oh wow. Okay.
Aim,
Awesome.
aim goal, not this one, for the Yukata Chigiri. Here's this one. And Nagi. Where is Nagi? Here's Nagi. It's the same buff, only the 9 multiplier. Nagi's card is a little bit stat-wise better than Bachira's, but
Hmm.
it's the same effect.
Does that also
Oh,
do extreme to awakening, or is it just? Oh, I assume that doesn't do the extreme to awakening.
good question. Because if you um, pick up this card
Hmm.
and you are in extreme, the chances to get to awakening is much, much lower than the Bachira card.
Okay.
The Bachira card is, for me, the strongest card in the whole game right now.
Okay.
Okay, for my level 100. I don't know if, for example, where is he? Not he. Uh, yeah. No, he don't have any special cards. But for
Hmm.
example, this card from the new Rin has a multiplier of 14,
Wow.
more than a support card. Yeah? The red one and the gray one.
Hmm.
It holds your awakening or extreme. It gives you a guaranteed a turn, I think. Here we can translate. And it gives you a tick power buff, inspiration buff. Let's see. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Guaranteed guaranteed turn, gold skill, and kick speed increase of 480.
480.
And 480 is not bad.
No,
Not
it's
gonna
definitely
lie.
not. It's 720 is the max, right? 720, and then you got percentages. If I'm
Oh,
not wrong.
wait a second. I
Or
have
am I jumping your guide a little bit there?
no problem. Um, where was it? No, no, not here.
I've definitely jumped ahead.
Here, look at that. We have already 1.1.6K up.
Wow. So that's got an inspiration buff of 1.6k, and then that's then
Yes,
multiplicative to all the different bonuses that we've got. Wow.
it's insane.
Oh, for
And
sure.
this card here is nothing. Also, the multipliers on this card are 3 or 5 max.
Hmm.
Get 100K from this card.
So if that was on like a 14 times multiplier card, you'd be hitting probably easily a million.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's not a kick power card. It's a speed card, by the way.
Yeah, that's true as well.
Okay. Um, I encourage chat and everyone listening to translate these cards with Google Translator to learn about if the card holds your condition, boosts your condition, or drops your condition.
Hmm.
That's very important because when I train, you will learn 2 or more things about condition and turn management. Next, we have the cards here. Let's start with, for example, these 2 cards. This card is a very strong card stats-wise, but you don't see any extreme or awakening
Hmm.
as a writing. So it will drain your condition and you will lose your awakening very
Oh.
often. You know? Sometimes, if you are lucky, you use that card, but you stay in awakening. But
Hmm.
most of the time, not. Okay, that's
Okay.
why that's why I hate this card
Makes
only for
sense.
me. Um, and then this card has also a two-stage bonus. We will talk about two-stage bonus and stage bonus in general when we go to workout game
Sure.
more. Uh, this card is also a not good card. The red card, by the way, don't give you a turn. Very important to understand it later.
Hmm.
This green card boosts your best, good, awful also, and not bad also. But then it boosts from awful and not bad to best or good. And if you're in good or best, it boosts your condition to extreme. This card never gave me an awakening. So you can delete this word in your mind. It also always pushes you to extreme. And it gives it no turn. But at least it has a good multiplier. And if you are in extreme or in awakening condition, then it holds your condition. So you can use it for free, I guess. Is it understandable for you, Heiken?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Chat, what you're saying. Is there any questions right now?
I think we've got Ash just reiterating everything as well. So
Okay,
everyone's
nice.
saying understandable, and I think Ash is catching anyone that doesn't understand. So he's doing God's work in the chat.
So, for example, this yellow red card, okay, says it it holds Extreme and Awakening, and it boosts your Extreme and it boosts your condition to Extreme and Awakening. But it's not true. If you're in Extreme, you never, also I never got an Awakening from this card. It gives you a turn, and the multiplier are 6. But other than that, this card is, for me personally, trash. It can't give me the awakening that is back if I'm in uh, extreme awakening extreme. I'm confused. Um, let's talk one more thing about this card. This card is the same as the red card, but I feel like this card is stronger. Also, it gives more stats somehow. I feel like it's more stats because the 12 multiplier is also on the red card. It gives you a stage bonus of 2, and it gives you with a low chance, and that's the difference between this card and the red card, a 2-turn end. Okay, you can achieve 2 turns, but it's
So
a very low chance.
so it is better than the red card then.
It's better, yeah.
Hmm.
But the consumption of your condition is worse than the red card.
Hmm.
This
Okay.
card can drop you from awakening to not bad.
Mm-hmm.
The red card only from awakening to good or best.
Okay.
Yes, that's the difference. Other than that, I wanted to talk about this yellow green card. This
Okay.
yellow green card is better than the red yellow card. I showed you earlier the red yellow card, and the red yellow card can't push you from extreme to awakening,
Mm-hmm.
but this card can.
Okay.
That's the difference between these two yellow cards. So be aware of that. If you take this card, you can get awakening. If you take the red yellow card, then not.
Okay.
And it gives you a turn here.
I'm trying to see
So
like the similarities of the cards. Is it because it's got a green background that it does the boost better, or
good question. I never thought about it.
because it must do, right? Because green in global is retention of conditions, so I feel like they probably put a green in there to signify that potentially. I don't know. I'm probably
Maybe
just I'm just guessing here, but
just daydreaming. No problem. um, let's talk about EX for a second. If you train kick power with this EX card and you have the EX card level 50, then you unlock this card. Yep.
mm-hmm.
This card has a multiplier of 16, gives you a inspiration buff, no turn, but I think a skill also. I don't know. You have to translate it. The major point here is it don't hold your awakening or your condition. So it drops drastically too, but not as worse as the gray card.
Mm.
So I that's only a thinking of me. It's not serious, but I think if you have the choice to stay away from this card, also not leveling it up to level 50, I wouldn't anymore. Because
Mm.
this card destroys so many big power runs for me, it's not even funny.
Fair enough.
If if you combine, for example, not this card, discard that don't hold your condition,
Hmm.
and discard. There are 3 cards that don't hold your condition, and the chances to get these 3 cards are very, very high
Hmm.
because your SP rate, special lecture rate, are very high. Special, need special lecture, or is it special lecture? Must be special lecture. Whatever. We'll see it in workout gear later. Yeah. Do you have any questions
No, I've
right
got
now?
people in the chat asking when is this coming, and it's the answer to that question is in less than 3 to 4 months. So if everything goes to the way Rudol's sort of currently releasing, that Shido support card that Goveta just showed will actually be out in about 3.5 months. So we're not very far away from what you're seeing on the screen right now. And
But this one.
you're really not far away because To the World is actually coming sooner. So some of these mechanics are going to come to the game as early as next month. But some of those really big cards that we're seeing, the times 8s, the times 10s, and the times 12s, will be coming a little bit sooner. Like about 3 months away.
Yeah. So let's go over. If chat, do you have any questions about cards in particular?
No,
If
I've
not,
got a question about when To the World come out in JP, and To the World came out in JP. I think it was the first anniversary. Someone can correct me if I was wrong, but it is the first anniversary. But because of the way Global's going, we did get an announcement just before the workout gear came out saying that they're working on workout gear and that To the World is coming. So it can, and we think it's going to come as early as the half anniversary, which is next month. First week of October should be our half anniversary. So really, end of September, early October is probably when To the World is dropping for us.
okay.
Cool. All yours, Gov.
Then let's talk about workout gear. Um, yeah, it's the perfect example how a workout gear should looking like. Um, except for this one, but I will change it later on. You have your lecture rate, uh, with a high percentage, obviously around 80 or 100%. Then you have a age bonus. Age bonus means the system uh, remembers your multiplier. Let's say you have a multiplier of 50, and then the stage bonus kicks in and says, hey, I give you 50% more. That's why it says as your one stage bonus.
Mm.
And the chances to get this stage bonus is 50%, 15%. Okay? So you have lecture rate, you have stage bonus, and the most important thing, if you have the luck, and I got the luck, you have this spicy thing here. This thing gives you technique stats on a technique card. Most of the time, I re-rolled and got, for example, stamina on a technique card or tick power on a technique card or whatever. But if you hit technique on technique card and can push the percentage up, I will do it when my workout gear is ready with lecture rate on technique. And this will be a huge boost.
Is that
Oh,
that's just flat, right? That's a constant, or is that
this
yeah? What
this
is
is
that?
overall.
Okay.
If you have, for example, 100,000
Mm-hmm.
on the card, the 20% kicks in. then it's
A shred.
120.
Okay.
Stage bonus is clear and lecture rate. For beginners, I would say you should uh, you should focus on lecture rate. Okay, because if you have enough red workout gear like me, okay, also three of each kind,
Mm-hmm.
then you have already enough SP rate. 150 times 3, 450. It's too much. Uh, I'm confused about this number anyway. Yeah, too much. And that's why I getting red cards, gray cards, and the EX one that don't hold condition. If I have lower SP rate,
Mm.
then I get the old ones, the uh, smaller ones too.
Okay, so the
And
higher SP
sometimes,
rate's going to summon the better cards, but
yes,
in some cases it's not as good. So
if you have too many red or gray or these the EX card and
that's fair
talked
enough.
about later. Yeah, also firstly, concentrate, focus on lecture rate.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, focus on stage bonus.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if you are lucky, get these um, technique on a technique card buff.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're training kick power, then kick power on a kick power card because it's a really great buff. Only because of that, I got my Baccia to 450 million.
Oh wow. Okay.
Without that, I couldn't do it. Um, Other than that, the red gear has always here lecture rate in them. Okay, as a
Mm-hmm.
fix. So you have fixed 120%, but 120 is not enough. I think about 200, 250. Also if you get 100% on your sub
Mm.
lecture rate, that should be enough to manage your training session.
Okay, fair enough. We do have a
So,
question from Sep asking the difference between the Baro gear and the normal red gear. Like, what is the difference there?
Baro gear gives you a much, much higher stat boost on the subs,
Oh wow, yeah.
and and it is a fixed amount of stats in the fixed slot,
Mm-hmm.
and the 80% is always kick power. I assume
Mm-hmm.
we can translate, but I think so. See, yeah, kick
Yeah.
in all situations. By the way,
Yeah.
also it's not restricted to pictures on the card. We will talk about pictures on the card later. And then it gives 20% in other stats like speed or muscle or whatever. And this one was, let me see, stamina. I don't know why stamina, but it's stamina.
I mean, I'm sure stamina is
Oh,
very useful because at the end of the day, if your stamina depletes, your players don't perform. And I think when you're training kick power, especially in global, you don't get enough stamina gains, so it's there's probably a bonus to it.
and more SP rate. They should have done lecture rate on this first slot,
Hmm.
on the fixed one, because you have enough SP rate already if you're level 100. By the way, this Baro red gear, it can be used uh, from level 65 onwards,
Okay.
not from level 100. That's very important to know if you have the luck to get one of them. Yeah, and here you see lecture rate goes beyond 120. 120 is the maximum of the normal workout gear. And this one, I was surprised too when I saw the 210. It's don't be confused. I uh, wrote this gear and it stayed on technique. The, these three are technique. If I get a kick power, sorry, a technique Bachira spread out workout gear, then I will go technique on Bachira and will re-roll this one again.
Just to quickly interject, people are asking. So I've got a message just saying I'm a little confused. Where you said
Yep.
where you said special training rate is what does Goveta mean lecture rate? I think what he previously said was if his what he previously said was if uh the rate up, so the 150 you see there, that is I think you said what was it to about wait, you said 400%, like you.
150.
Oh yeah, but you're
If you
saying
use
times
three
three.
of them,
Yeah, so before
if
50%, and
you
he was saying that it's quite high, and he's always triggering high cards. I think where you
yeah,
got confused with the lecture rate was the lecture rate. He was saying he recommends at least 100 per workout gear, so that you always see lecture rates. It's exactly the same as it works in global. I'm just trying to follow chat.
yeah,
People are yeah. I think that answers that. I mean, do write, and I'll keep an eye on that and try and help where need to be. But yeah, sorry, go on.
no problem. Not 100 each. I talk about 100 in sum for the subs.
Total, yeah.
So you
Okay.
have 220 lecture rate.
Hmm.
220, 250 lecture rate is fair enough. Then you see a lot of lecture rate.
Yeah.
Other than that, there are only these three stats you should focus on. uh, Lecture rate, age bonus, and if you are lucky, the stat boost for the right card.
Hmm.
So, um, skill combo. We can talk about skill combo. We have three different columns here. Yeah? Match skills. This is the first one, the Kuon.
Hmm.
We have training skills. I don't know where. Imamura maybe. And collection skills.
Hmm.
The collection skills is easy to explain. If you level up the certain team you're seeing here, then you get these fixed stats. These stats are fixed, not percentage, only fixed. And I'm not doing that because I'm lazy and I don't have resources anymore. And these fixed stats will go to your training character. You train in the training, whatever training you do. The next one is training skills. And training skills are special because you have combo skills. It's called combo skills in training. If you fill up as much combo skills as possible with high percentages on the stats you want to train, then it's very good.
Mm.
And
This,
you
this
will
this
see
stuff's
later.
mostly the same as global, so I think most of
Yes.
this is understandable. The only thing I will say is in training skills themselves.
Yeah.
If we just go into training skills themselves, I know JP
Uh,
has very good combo rates. Like what we have in global is have I don't know 100 extra this or 15 extra rate up. In JP, those numbers can
okay.
be absolutely crazy. Um, So yeah, like you're expecting to see constant rate ups. You're expecting to see lots of different really cool stuff.
So my best team, for example, is this one. You see here 40 combo skills. These are here. This is my combo skill section. And if you press here, you see here 717% on all training,
It's crazy.
if I'm correct. I think increase in all situations, yes. And then you have here 230 almost, or some, you know, if the card hits the the training card you are doing right now. And then you have these collection skills also.
Hmm.
Do we
And
train?
yeah, let's do a training. Let's let people see the mind of, I guess, like how you train.
Yeah.
I think that's what everyone wants to know. They want to see how you train, what your thought process is when picking cards.
Okay. One last thing, it's very short about this one. Training formation slot enhancement. I call it training enhancement.
Mm-hmm.
It's the whaley stuff, so don't be forced to do that. You need a lot of memory balls and trophies,
Mm-hmm.
about one 1.2 million memory
Wow.
balls and trophies to get it up to it 300. Oh, don't worry about that.
Is
What I
300 max
want
then? Yeah, 300 is max.
300 is right now the max.
Okay.
What I wanted to say is only the left slot of your unit and the support cards will be counted if you have some of this
Oh.
leveled. So if we go here and train Hachiwa, for example, and then oh, so only Nagi and only this Bachira card, also all Bachira cards, will get these training enhancements buff,
Okay.
and all Nagi cards. Okay, let's go.
Cool. Let's get this training on the road.
This is the correct one. Yes, with my 20%. Here, this is also correct. And this one is also correct. Yes. And then let's go here. For transparency, we have this up and let's fetch. Okay, guys, let's talk in real time. We have right now, I think, mm, a special training event of stamina and gold aura. That's why we see this aura. And if you have this aura, this is one other thing about inspiration, you can get gold buff. If you are in red aura, then you get gold red buff. If you are in blue aura, then you get the blue buff. So, for example, I got some cards, and you see everything is yellow, gold, but not on the best card. Anyways, um, we have here. mm, Look at that. We have three picks on this card, and it gives me almost of this one. Normally, I would take this one, but this has no buff, so it won't come back. If a card has a buff, on his booth or whatever, then it comes back again. But you won't see this card and you won't see this card because of my special lecture rate,
So do
special
you know what
occurrence rate.
triggers? Is this random then? Like which cards get the inspiration rate?
The inspiration buffs, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's random, completely random,
Okay.
unfortunately. And that's why I take this card, even if it has only one card, the one pick.
Because it won't come back.
It won't come back again. It will come back. The card will come back, but with other buffs or in a later scenario.
Hmm.
But it's not guaranteed to come back later. So now we see here a buff that's very important. Turn management. This buff gives you 2 turns if you take this card. If the card has internal turns to give, this card don't give turns, then you get this turn from the card and 2 turns from the inspiration buff. Yeah? So we take this. 950, nice one.
Absolutely huge.
80 is always additional time. No. If you're still on the first half of the training session with a question mark, then you don't see the total number. But if you're on the other side with the turns itself, then you see 2 turns, 1 turn, or whatever the game gives you. Now we have here an inspiration buff with intelligence. Do we train intelligence? No. That's why this card is not really good for me, but I will take it because it's early in the game and it's okay. That's our it's fine. It dropped to best, very important to notice. And now I need to think, how can I go to awakening again? I don't even need to think about it. But if this card wouldn't appear now, and for example, a red card or green card would appear, then I need to break. Yeah? But because of that card, it pushes me to awakening again. And the inspiration buff is useless for me, at least a little bit, but we don't train stamina. Okay, let's go. And awakening, nice. Do you do you have music on the stream
No, no,
right
no.
now,
There's no.
Heiken?
I
Oh,
don't have
okay.
music on. It's just your voice, and
Okay, a very, very good example why you shouldn't take this red card. This red card will appear in the next two turns, somewhere around that. If you take this card, you get 200k. Okay, 200k. But what happens if you have 3 picks on this card? And this 3 picks with this card and the buff of at least something, blue buff is the worst of them, it will give me around 1 million. So what should we do? We can't break, we shouldn't take these common cards, we take this card.
and
Only
that
because
means.
I know the red card will come again
Hmm.
with maybe 3 pictures.
Hmm.
And I don't lose the awakening. If I take the red card, I will lose my awakening. Uh, Look, only 2 pictures and 1 million.
So is it
That
worth
must
maybe
be.
waiting for 3? Oh, that's a 300% boost. That's huge.
Yeah, that's really huge. What was your question?
I was like, is it worth skipping and waiting for maybe 3, or is 2 pictures normally okay to go with?
It depends. This card, for example, is not as good as the gray one or
Mm-hmm.
the red one. If I have a red one or a gray one with 100 multiplier, I will keep it
Mm-hmm.
until I die, huh? Until I get my 3 picks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But this one is not as good. That's why 1 million is fine. Now I'm. Uh, can happen.
Is it?
Problem.
We probably save it again, no? Or will it not come
We
back?
need to save it again.
Yeah.
But the good part is if you're saving this red card, there is a chance that this red card gets the 300 multiplier. And if that happens, then we talk about crazy numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it didn't get anything but 800.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than 200, right?
Absolutely.
And we'll talk about this green card later. It's a very, very important card for me later
Mm.
on. Or we will see. We drop, we will drop, so we take this green card next.
Mm-hmm.
The green card also pushes you to awakening directly. Okay, never mind. I
Straight
don't
into the
need it.
awakening.
We dropped and a occurrence appeared and gave me awakening again. Ah, and one more thing. Here on this button, you can see your training log, what you have gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? And so you can uh, look up where this boost or buff or go to which card. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I get that. That's a big card. Or not. It's physical for
It's
some reason.
okay. It's okay. Yeah. I'm not happy about the physical event anyways, but it's okay.
So every single time we get a
Ah,
different
this
aura, are
card.
we getting inspiration? Like new inspirations being added to the list? So if you're looking at
Um,
inspiration list now, are we getting new inspirations being applied to
yes.
cards? Okay.
Right. We was in blue aura,
Yeah.
and now we switched to gold aura because
Yeah.
of the Nagi card, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have here a lot of skills, a lot
Okay.
of different inspiration buffs. I will wait until I explain every bit of them, but to your notice, this card won't appear, this card won't appear, this card won't appear. This card will appear,
Mm-hmm.
this card will appear, this card will appear. So only the level 50 cards won't appear.
Is that because your special rate up is just too high?
Yes, my special rate up. That's the word.
Nice. I'm sure that's the same way it works in global right now. So we just don't have access to such high special rate up. But by getting it, we could probably get a lot more black reds in our
Yeah.
runs, which would be pretty cool.
And this card is the worst card in my whole training session
Because that's
because
going to take your awakening away.
it takes my awakening away and a card slot. It could be also the green card that you saw earlier.
Hmm.
This one. I need this one and not the red one. But the red one has for some reason a 300 multiplier. Whatever. We take 340.
Ash is asking, can you tell Goveta to to talk about red, blue, and gold inspiration buffs because the awakening ones are important to know.
Yeah. 1 second. We have already some in. Perfect. We have inspiration buff, blue, red, gold, and if you have a gold uh, awakening buff, like you see here, then this will automatically pushes you to awakening, whatever card you have. If it's the red one, then it will pushes you one level above your condition you are right now. So if you're in extreme, you will get awakening. If you're in best, get extreme.
Mm-hmm.
And the blue one, I had a blue one. Oh, right. No, I didn't have a blue one. The blue one is almost neglectable. Not reasonable to talk about it. It's not worth.
So would you say that the gold is the strongest inspiration buffs normally, and
Yes.
then red, and then blue's the weakest?
Yes.
Okay.
But if you're in awakening, nothing happens.
Cool.
Oh. Here you see, for example, the turn.
Mm-hmm.
This is a one turn. If you have 10 out of 10, then you won't get a turn.
Yeah.
But if you later on in the uh, fourth, fourth checkpoint, then you will need these cards, a lot of them. If you're training kick power, if you're training um, tech or intelligence, then you don't need them most of the time. But for kick power, you need. I'm not viable about uh, stamina or speed, but it's always the same procedure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now we have a problem. We will drop, huh, for sure. But the question is, should I take this card or this card? The obvious one is this one, for
Mm-hmm.
sure. I would be happier if this was a three pick card. Huh? And from value, I take this card because this card is not strong enough. But if this card wouldn't be 500k, for example, only 200k, then I would consider this card because this card has a chance to stay in awakening. This card not.
Okay.
That's why.
So we're taking this, and then we're either breaking or we're hoping a green card appears so we can go back into awakening.
Yes. Or yellow card.
Yeah.
Yellow, red. See? Nothing. Okay. Now we break
It feels horrible
because the
seeing nearly 1 million technical card being just braked over.
yeah, but it's the best choice. And then you need to be lucky to get 3 picks on the tech card. 3 or 2 picks. 2 picks is the minimum.
Hmm.
If you have only one pick, take another one. if this card is a good card. If this card is like this, only an awakening buff and nothing much, then take it.
Okay. Only when it's
If you
got
have,
like big technical gains or big stat gains, that's
yes.
when we're sort of being picky. I mean, I'm totally going to take a lot of this knowledge into global right now, even without to the world. I feel like there's a lot of information that's been given on this in this video where we're talking about especially lecture rates and rate ups, and it's definitely worth testing where the limits lie in global, even before to the world comes out. So,
Oh, you saw my inspiration aura was always blue,
yeah.
whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Now we take this, it boosts my condition, it gives me a turn, and it will transfer me to gold.
Nice. And
So,
again, we get new sets of inspiration cards. So,
and we can get another bunch of inspiration buffs with this gold aura.
so how often is it that we get multiple appear? So, you know, where a card will have 3 inspiration buffs. Like, is that quite rare or
I got in one turn also sometimes 5 inspiration buffs.
5?
Yeah, it's
Wow,
possible.
that's crazy.
Oh, we're sitting with 82. 82.
That's just
My
only
first
82 mil for checkpoint 1.
my first checkpoint with my best bachelor was 130, I think.
Wow. You
Something
are
around
playing a
that.
different game to us, honestly. To get my fan on. If you can hear the fan, sorry in advance.
Don't worry. Now we are in a special aura from Bachelor, I think. You see, the problem with giving r- random inspiration buffs, also,
Hmm.
the randomness to get inspiration buff on cards is very bad for every training.
Hmm.
Because you these cards are not viable. Also, I would reset this run now. It's not worth to succeed.
I
On this
see.
time, I would be around three 300 multipliers.
Hmm.
Yeah? But here I see nothing.
So inspiration buffs actually really dictate where you're going to go, especially on the higher end where you're a whale. Your sort of
Yes,
inspiration buffs are very important in your runs. Huge,
very
huge
important.
multiplier. And does every character have their own aura? So I know you've got the red aura, the
Yes,
blue aura, and then there's always the character aura.
yes.
Botches looks very blue, but yeah, the firework aura.
Bachi is yeah, this is yeah happy Bachira. And happy Bachira has the 1.5 any uh, aura in his passive.
Okay.
Every card and every unit has his own passive, and his passive allows him to go in this aura.
Oh wow. Okay.
And if you're in this aura, you get the best buffs, obviously.
Mm.
If you saw, you can stop the video and go back. You saw a 4 inspiration buff gain. on this height, the
Hmm.
writing. Okay, guys. Now we talk about doubling inspiration buff. If you see that, or for awakening, I have one in awakening. Additional. I
While you're doing that,
yeah.
I've just got a question saying, what does the auras do? Does each aura have its own specific? I know yellow aura has an ability, but does all the auras have their own ability?
They boost lecture rates and card showing up rates, also special rates to get better cards. And no stat gain, I think. But I heard that cards that are good, also great cards, will appear again much often, more often than usual. The lecture rate and cards showing up, the cards. Other than that, no, it gives you, like I said, if you're in gold aura, you get more gold buff. If you're in red aura, you get red buff, and if you're blue, you get blue buff.
Okay.
And now I wanted to talk about this um buff. We all buff in one card, but only the best card, best buff will activate. Oh, it's the same with this one we have
Okay,
right
so we
now.
won't get two and one. So we won't get 3 turns total. We'll only get just the two at the top.
Yes, we get only the yellow one,
Okay.
unfortunately. Um, always check your other cards. Yeah? Maybe you see some gems, yeah, I would
Hmm.
say. Sometimes these other cards have better stats, like as this tech card. We'll see maybe later,
Yeah.
maybe later on. 650. See here
You got the
on the
badge symbol. Okay.
writing, it said 5, and the 5 means I got 5 inspiration buffs.
Oh, like you just received 5 more.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so we can have a look at them. Actually, you've got a big one there. 300% technical. Got a couple of
We
720
got
technicals.
so many now. Okay, let's talk about some. We have here these percentages. Okay,
Hmm.
we have the flat buff, we have turn buff, we have the EX buff. The EX buff are very important. They give all stats on the card some stats. Okay, it's all stats 350, 360 buff. Um, Here you see two 300%. Aim always for 300%. I saw, for example, where is it? Yeah, yeah. I saw it 600%
Wow.
already,
Hmm.
but it's new. Yeah, it's only for Rin and his cards
Okay.
for now, but it will come to tech and to other stats as well, like the 1600
Hmm.
buff, six buff. But aiming for these multipliers are always the best.
So 300% is going to perform better than, say, 720 or like plus 720 of a stat or 1000 of a stat.
Yes.
Hmm. Okay.
And the EX one is always good because it gives, like I said, stats for every. that.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's continue. Look at that. Almost 2 million
On a single card.
on a thing, on a red card with 2 pictures.
So if that was 3 pictures, you were looking close to 3 million.
Yes.
Crazy.
And you see, it's a kick power card, but
Mhm.
it gives me almost 150.
Yeah.
And 150 is not bad, not at all.
Yeah, of
Because if
course.
you don't have lecture rate on this card, you won't take this card and take this, for example.
Mhm.
Should we
Is there
take it
ever a
or should we
world?
leave it?
Well, I was going to say, is there a world where we leave that and then hope we get another technical boost on it and 3 pictures?
I did it. I did it. Just for fun, I wanted to see if it's possible to get three uh, 300 multipliers, and I got two of the three
Oh
on
wow!
one card,
So it's nearly six
and the
hundred
other
percent.
one was 6, 7, 20 or something.
So there is a world it's okay to save them, especially if you've got two cards that are, say you've got two cards that are
L-
close to 1 million points. You can save one of them and be happy like the next time it shows up. Oh, I see it. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Is that
I
four
send it.
million? Yes, 4.9 million on a single
You
click.
saw this.
I
You
have seen
saw
that one.
this already.
Yeah, yeah. Can you just bring it slightly to the right, the picture? Just because it's my face is covering up the numbers. Thank you. Yeah, there
Yeah,
you are.
the other numbers are not worth to mention, but almost 5 million, and I got a 850 multiplier.
Wow.
And 850 is very good. You can't complain.
Yeah, yeah. I remember Tyrion. It's
Yeah, and
absolutely crazy.
here another example, a Sai card.
Hmm.
Yeah. The problem with this card was I was in extreme.
Oh,
So I
phenomenal
couldn't
card.
take it.
Wow.
If I take this card with extreme, I get only 500 multiplier. That's nothing.
No, of course.
Huh? And then I waited and didn't get it again. So it's a tough choice, but I personally would risk it for the biscuit
Hmm.
to wait for this card again when you're in Awakening. It's
Ash is
three
just
pictures.
messaging to say he's showing you a 750% on a card that had two 300% and 150%. It's crazy. 27 million on us in stats, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, for comparison.
Hmm.
Huh?
These are crazy numbers, man.
That's why you wait for good cards with three pictures, and try them out if you're in Awakening.
Hmm.
Get 999.
I can't wait for global to look at similar to this. Maybe not fully like this. It's gonna take a while before it's gonna take us at least 3 months before we're at this level. But as early as next month, we could be seeing some crazy cards. So it's exciting.
Yeah, for sure. Global boost, will take it to a new world, to the world. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Um, when you see something like these multipliers on one of your cards, and you
Hmm.
are not sure if you should take this card or not, then look at the list and look what do you else have, and is it worth to keep this card or not, for example.
Hmm.
But the problem with this card is this card in particular will come again.
Hmm.
Okay? Oh. I know this card will come in 2 turns, maybe.
Hmm.
1 or 2 turns. If I had a better card, this card don't hold my condition, this card don't hold my condition, these cards worthless,
Yep. So your
what
middle
should I
option is
do?
the only option.
That's the problem. Huh?
Hmm.
But it gives me the most stats. So I should take it. But if you can wait for another turn to get 3 picks on this card, it would be better for sure.
Hmm.
So 900 with 2 picks is strong. Very strong. 100 multiplier, okay. And this one, okay. We have Beth. So normally we could break,
Hmm.
but I will test something because this card annoys the fuck out of me.
Hmm.
I try to get this card back. Okay?
So you're going to take the speed card here.
I take this only for testing purposes. We don't need to train Bachra to the max level.
Hmm.
Because if you break, you lose some stats. You get 1,000, 2,000 stats, but breaking is always a stat loss.
Yeah.
But what is your choice if you are in good, bad, or whatever? Uh, Then you have no choice. If you take this card, then you lose again stats because you can only achieve 100 500 multiplier. So I didn't get the green card, so I break here. It's a plus. That's why I get awakening directly. Normally, chat, very important, if you break, the chances to get awakening without Bachira is about 40%, I would say.
Hmm.
Uh, Often you see awakening and then you ask yourself, why did I break? And now I will drop again,
Oh, 999 though.
at least 999. And the turn, because the gray card had a red turn buff. And I got lucky again because don't need to break. Oh, I get the turn again. Hit 50. Let's speed up. After the after you took the card, you see a text here. And in this text, you see a number on the left side. And the left side number shows you how much inspiration buff you get. Oh, for example, you see this card has 200,000 on a kick power.
Hmm.
Imagine kick power. This card has only 720. I personally would wait 1 turn because the sire card is. Oh god, I took it. The sire card is a strong card.
Yeah.
Okay? Normally, I would save it for 3 picks. But only if this card is a strong card. If it's a weak card, like the green one or whatever, then take it. Don't bother.
That middle card's going to be strong.
Oh my. What is going on?
You're hitting
Two
crazy
picks and
cards.
1.5 million. For fun. Just for fun.
850 as well. It's actually a really good run so far.
No.
I mean, you've hit a couple of lucky cards.
The run, the run itself is okay. It's a good run to explain, but not a good run for me.
Wow. Okay.
Um, yeah. You see, EX is all stat buff,
Mm-hmm.
awakening. If you in extreme, for example, you get awakening, and is it two? What is nothing? You always looking for percentages
Sure.
and good multipliers, of course. You see the three here?
Mm-hmm.
You saw the three new inspiration buff. If you want, we can check. We have a lot now.
Yeah.
And you see so many multipliers, but I don't see them. I don't
So.
see them. I see only fix or something else
Mm-hmm.
because these multipliers are hidden in these trash cards, in the lower ones, that
So we're
I'm
just
not
unlucky.
getting at all. This
Fair
card
enough.
is good. If
Mm-hmm.
this card comes and maybe gets another 300 multiplier, then this card will be spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Other than that, you see here, these two cards are really great, but wrong buff.
If they were tech buffs, they'd be crazy.
Yes, and that's why I'm saying this run is a dead run. You don't need to expect high cards anymore
Fair
if
enough.
you see that shit. Um, yeah, look at that. Here, perfect example.
Hey, I'm
I
not
will
gonna see that
never
card.
see. I will never see that card.
No, fair enough. Man,
Yeah,
I'm just looking forward
that's
to
the
this in
problem.
global.
By the way, this tire card has a 15 or 16?
18.
18. Oh, wow, wow. Yeah, I'm still in the old
18 times
patch.
multiplier.
18 multiplier, holds your awakening, gives you guaranteed a turn, gives you kick power and intelligence inspiration buff,
Wow.
and one skill or whatever, and a guaranteed turn. I talked about it. This is also a guaranteed turn. It holds condition and I think a skill or something. Oh, no, H H up bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's continue. If this Karasu card had a 300 multiplier, yeah, only with one picture, I would I would keep the Karasu card and take the Sai card really
Cool.
for your
Gova,
attention.
is there anything else you wanted to explain? Because I'm gonna slowly wrap this up, just because the video is already like 1 hour 20 minutes long. Um,
Ooh. Mm, Let me check. I explained this. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Last thing I wanted to uh, tell you is we have Halloween in
okay.
JP in about 2 with 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And in Halloween, we will get limited cards again. And limited cards are always a good choice picking up.
Okay.
So save your currencies and make the best of your pulls in Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is EX card. Maybe we getting a new EX card in Halloween
Maybe a technical one.
time.
Because
Maybe.
we have a kick one and we have a physical one now, or stamina, isn't it? So yeah, maybe it's time for a technical one.
Yeah, other than that, I'm finished.
Awesome.
If you
Well,
have questions, Heiken, you can uh, uh, put my name, my Discord name, in your comment section,
mhm.
and then they can ask me any questions.
Awesome. I mean, yeah, I'll make sure to do that. Boys, everyone on YouTube, I just want to say thank you for watching. I know this was a really, really long video. Massive, massive, massive thank you to Goveta for this video as well. I'm going to love
No
you guys.
problem.
I'm going to leave you guys. So I'm going to say bye and end this video here. Thank you for watching.